At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Even for me, I love the NBA game, but then I turn on to a game, right? And then the stars are not playing because of Lowe's management.
10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVPs and 4 championships. Like, but do I still want to do this? You know what I'm saying?
You know how hard it is.
Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
Right?
Yeah. And then I want to come back. Or some people say, I'm going to go.
The chest. Shaq stepped up and called out today's stars for sitting out games while collecting giant checks. And he did it with zero hesitation.
You want me to pay you $30 million to play 30 games? Hell no. No. 80 games is fine, because I did.
He didn't just irritate people. He kicked off a full-blown clash at the perfect moment.
Jerry West did it. Kareem did it. Magic did it. Bird did it. Bernard King, like all the great legends before us did it.
Because Durant and LeBron had just been on their podcast, cracking up while talking about Michael Jordan's legacy, brushing off everything the older generation built. And now Shaq is swinging back hard. No filters, no soft talk, just raw honesty in every word. When the topic of load management came up, Shaq didn't dress it up at all. He basically told everyone to think for a second, because he's calling out something nobody wants to admit. The legends who carried this league on their backs played every single night without the modern tech players enjoy today.
What I think is actually quite BS, myself, is to incorporate something at this point.
No state-of-the-art recovery centers, no massive training teams, no sports science labs, and they were earning scraps compared to what stars make now. And still, those old school guys suited up every night, no excuses. Somebody asked Shaq if he thinks the NBA season has too many games now, and his answer hit like a punch. Nope. If we had to do it, they have to do it. Straight up tough love. The older generation pushed through injuries, fatigue.
Jerry West did it, Kareem did it, Magic did it, Bird did it, Bernard King, like all the great legends before.
Yeah.
And so the older guys, they played all the games. That's cool, man. And now they walk around and their knees are hurt.
And they didn't spend every week complaining about it. But you already know the modern NBA wasn't going to stay quiet. Draymond Green clapped back instantly, not letting that slide for a second. Then Austin Rivers took it even further when he got asked about whether he's down with a 65-game rule.
Definitely forcing players to play. We saw what happened with the draw. But it's something that probably league wants to, I don't know.
Especially since Charles Barkley once argued it should be bumped up to 70. His response basically showed
Pay you $30 million to play 30 games? Hell no. No. 80 games is fine.
in their bodies, so they shouldn't have to do the same.
10, 12 years in, I got 4 MVPs, 4 championships. Like, but do I still want to do this? You know what I'm saying? You know how hard it is. Some people say, I want to go play baseball.
Right, yeah.
And then I want to come back. Well, some people say I'm going to go 22 straight.
They're acting like playing pro basketball while making life-changing money is some kind of suffering that forces them to protect their energy by skipping half a season. And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball. Even Nikola Jokic said forcing players to play when they don't want to is wrong, basically admitting he'd rather not be out there if it doesn't feel right to him.
No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, it's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110%.
That's the new mentality. And that's exactly what Shaq is going after. And honestly, Shaq does have a point, because these modern players are talking about being exhausted while signing contracts bigger than anything the league has ever seen.
It's actually quite bullshit. Myself is to incorporate something.
Year he was on one leg the whole year and played 82 games.
Wow.
Like, and so he practiced every day and he played every game on one leg. And so he's like, man, MJ, why don't you just sit out? I can't. How can I be the leader of the team and sit out? Y'all going through all the credit, and I got to be there. And dudes are sitting out because they hooped 3 days ago and feel a little drained.
But here's where the whole thing gets spicy. At the exact same time Shaq is blasting load management,
could make $1 million. And now these guys are so lucky and blessed, and they can't play basketball 3 or 4 days a week. And I know they hide behind all the analytical bullshit from their agents and people like that. What they're really trying to do is extend their career. The way the money's been and going, depending on who you are, you're going to be able to make another $50, $70, $100 million and probably more going forward if you can extend your...
how tough it is to stay in the league for so many seasons. And the moment the words left his mouth, LeBron started laughing. The camera caught it perfectly. They both knew exactly what was happening. Like they were trying to make Jordan's retirements look like he just walked away, while LeBron lasting this long somehow makes him tougher or more dedicated.
Try to run the triangle offense right now, it'd be very challenging. Just because how the game is played and also how defense is covered.
Then LeBron dropped his own cold line about the sport, brushing it off with just basketball. Like the game didn't turn him into a billionaire and open every door in his life. That hit people sideways because Michael Jordan never spoke about the game that casually. When MJ was asked about his mentality, his whole vibe was different.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. I don't know why it was discussed so much in our sport and why it's the all be all of. And basketball wasn't something he clocked into. It was everything to him, and everybody around him saw it with their own eyes. One of MJ's teammates even shared a story from Jordan's second year in the league, showing how intense he already was back then. MJ himself later explained the mindset that he brought into every season, every game, every moment.
But Durant and LeBron weren't finished throwing shade at Jordan's era. They kept pushing deeper on that podcast. LeBron started breaking down the triangle offense, basically suggesting that the game today is more advanced, more layered, more complicated than anything MJ ever had to deal with. Then LeBron went even further and started questioning why ring culture matters so much in basketball, which stunned people because it's coming from LeBron James, the same guy who built super teams in Miami and pulled in stars for Cleveland and the Lakers. Now he's acting like championships don't matter because he knows he's not catching Jordan's 6 rings. So he's trying to shift the focus toward longevity and stats instead. Meanwhile, Larry Bird once told a story that shows exactly how the old school generation thought about the game, and it's nothing like the new mindset.
Gilmore told me one time, he played for Chicago, he said, if you expect to play a long time in this league, you better quit mopping up the floor. I thought, what? He's crazy. Because that's what basketball is all about.
Basketball isn't about saving your energy for year 20. It's about giving everything you have every night. It's about diving on the floor for loose balls, locking up on defense until your lungs burn, and doing whatever it takes to get the win.
They ask about 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job.
That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing another 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work. That's why Bird only played 13 seasons. And that's why Jordan only played 13 full seasons. They pushed their bodies to the edge because winning meant more than stretching out careers. LeBron recently admitted he's thinking about load management himself. And when he got asked if playing all 82 games is still a goal, his answer already sounded like he was warming fans up for the games he plans to sit out this season.
You know, the fans are there that watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket. You really cared about the guy who sat in the top right? Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me. I want to shut him up. So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But physically, if I can do it and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different. Durant had a completely different philosophy, and that's what separates him from everybody else. Well, it shouldn't be needed first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove the fans are there that watch me play. I want to impress. He treated being an NBA player like a privilege, not a burden. MJ believed that if you're getting paid millions to hoop, the minimum you can do is show up and go hard every single night. And he lived by that standard. There's no way I was going to take load management when the guys I named yesterday are Kobe or AI. Paul Pierce, Vince are those guys come into my building. When someone asked him directly about load management, Jordan's response made it clear how he felt. Even Tracy McGrady, who played in a more modern era, understood this mindset. McGrady said if he sat out against a legend, he'd feel like he was disrespecting the entire competition, the craft, the history of the game. But here's the real issue with Durant's cute little jab about Jordan playing baseball. Durant's little comment completely ignores the real story behind why Michael Jordan stepped away in 1993, and that story changes everything. Jordan didn't wake up one morning thinking basketball was boring. His father was murdered that summer, taken from him during a robbery, and it shattered him. James Jordan was the man who pushed Michael toward greatness. And when he passed, MJ, at the absolute top of the basketball world, walked away to honor his father's memory and follow the dream they talked about since he was young, playing professional baseball. NBA player could make $1 million. And now these guys are so lucky and blessed, and they can't play basketball 3 or 4 days a week. And I know they hide behind all the analytical bullshit from their agents and people like that. What they're really trying to do is extend their career. The way the money's been and going, depending on who you are, you're going to be able to make another $500-700 million and probably more going forward if you can extend your career 2 or 3 years. So when Durant casually says some people play baseball with that smirk, he isn't just unaware. He's crossing a line and turning one of the hardest moments of Jordan's life into a joke. And LeBron sitting there laughing along basically stamped that energy. Now think about the moment Jordan actually retired. It wasn't after a bad playoff run or getting embarrassed in the finals. Jordan stepped away after winning his 3rd straight championship. Something Magic never did, Bird never did, and Isaiah never did. Like a full 3 repeat while dealing with the pain of losing his father. And here's where this whole conversation gets even wilder. Look at who's making these comments. Kevin Durant, a player who made some of the most criticized decisions in modern NBA history, especially in 2016 when he left OKC after losing to Golden State, and then joined the exact same 73-win squad with Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. That move still gets talked about to this day, and it didn't stop there. After Golden State, things broke down in Brooklyn, trade requests came out, and the whole experiment fell apart before he headed to Phoenix. This is the same guy now throwing shade at Michael Jordan's competitive decisions. Then you have LeBron. When Cleveland got rough the first time, he left for Miami. When Miami started declining in 2014, he flew back to Cleveland. When things shifted again, he moved on to Los Angeles. Every time a chapter got heavy, he always found a new destination to reset. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan never chased longevity. He chased excellence every single season. His goal wasn't to stretch his career into decade after decade. It was to push himself to the highest level, elevate his teammates, stack championships, and dominate on both ends of the floor. Jordan played 15 total seasons, but really only 13 full ones. And in that time, he collected 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, 5 regular season MVPs, 10 scoring titles, and 9 all-defensive selections. That's not just greatness, that's historic precision. Now compare that to Durant and LeBron together. They've played 39 seasons, nearly triple the length of Jordan's prime years. And in almost 40 seasons combined, they have 6 championships, 5 MVPs, 6 finals MVPs, 5 scoring titles, and 5 all-defensive nods total. That's the gap people keep talking about. Not because Jordan played longer, but because he squeezed more out of every single year he touched the court. Durant and LeBron put in twice the years and still walked away with less than what Michael Jordan did in basically a decade. And that contrast is loud. So when Shaq O'Neal called them out, he didn't just drag load management. He reminded everyone what real legends used to look like. Shaq, Jordan, Bird, Magic. Those guys didn't hide behind excuses or skip games because they felt a little worn out. They didn't take shots at the generation before them or clown the people who built the stage they're standing on. They showed up, respected the fans, and treated every night like it mattered. If you think Shaq is right about load management, smash that like button because this debate is only getting louder. If you feel like today's players need to show the game more respect, drop a comment and tell me what you see happening out there. And if you want more breakdowns exposing what's really going on in basketball, make sure you hit subscribe. This conversation is nowhere near over.